Lesson 11. Today we're continuing to stock our tool belt and we're going to discuss written goals. Now change is constant. I think we all agree on that. Well, goals allow us to control the direction of change in our lives. Allow us to control the direction of change in our lives. And as a relatively small rudder mightily controls the direction of a very large ship, so goals steer our lives where we want to go. Now, the Harvard class of 1973 was polled and asked if they had goals and if those goals were written. Well, 84% had no goals. 13% had goals, but they weren't written down. Only 3% had written goals. Well, 20 years later, that same class was polled again, and the 13% that had goals were making on average about twice as much as those without goals. But the 3% with written goals were worth more financially than the other 97% combined. That's the power of written goals. Now, in lesson 4, I shared how Jeff had unexpectedly lost his job a few years after I started this journey. I want to share a story about written goals from that time in our lives. In the weeks after Jeff lost his job, we didn't know what was going to happen. I hoped and believed we'd start a successful business, but we didn't know with certainty what road would be opening. Well, one afternoon when all 4 of us were feeling anxious about the future, I suggested we write down everything we wanted in our dream home. Now, at that point, we didn't know how we were going to keep the house we had then, much less how we would get our dream house. But we wrote down specifics of things we wanted in our dream house, and all 4 of us had input. And it was so uplifting to dream together and to write that down. Well, we put the list away and we forgot about it. We didn't see it again for 21 years when we happened to be cleaning out the garage of our dream home, and we came upon that list. Now, we didn't consciously remember the list when we went to build our dream home, but the universe delivered on over 75% of our list. My family planted seeds with that list, and 5 years later, we harvested our new home. Now, that goal was a one and done. We wrote it and surrendered it to the universe. What we're going to do is write our goal and read it every day. We're going to surrender it to the universe with trust every single day. Now, there are some rules to make our goals more effective. Rule number 1, it's present tense and already achieved. If we weigh 135 pounds and we want to get down to 120 pounds, our goal isn't I'm losing 15 pounds or I'm not overweight. It would be I weigh 120 pounds. I weigh 120 pounds. You can just feel the power in that statement. Rule number 2, it includes the golden fruit. I weigh 120 pounds and have an abundance of peace, love, and joy in my life. Rule number 3, we have to believe it will become true. The goal has to be written with faith. Years and years ago, when I was teaching goal setting to Mandy and Allie, they would say, "Mom, it isn't true, it isn't true." And I said, well, can it become true? We're telling the truth to ourselves in advance. We're controlling the direction of change in our lives. So if you needed to lose more than 10 pounds, you might start with a goal of just losing 10 pounds. It's not a limitation on the power of goals. It's a limitation on what we can really believe. If you're making $50,000 a year and you want to make $100,000 a year, have a goal of whatever increase you can believe in. I make $75,000 a year and have an abundance of peace, love, and joy. The mojo is your belief. Your belief turns the goal into a prayer. Rule number 4, it's challenging, it stretches us. there should be about a 50-50 chance of achieving the goal the first time through. Years ago, I was discussing goals with a woman I worked with, and she told me her goal was to get to the grocery store. Well, folks, that's not a goal, that's a task. A goal is challenging. It involves overcoming obstacles, staying the course, using our talents, and developing new skills as required. Rule number 5, we commit to the goal. We bind ourselves to this course. When we write a goal, we are pledging our commitment. I want to share a quote from William Murray on the power of commitment. The moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that never would have otherwise occurred. A whole stream of events issue from the decision. And isn't that exactly what happened with my family's written goal of our home? We commit, and then the universe, through the application of all these mental laws, comes to our assistance in ways we can't even imagine. And it's not required that we know the path the universe will open. Here's today's gold nugget. It is required that we believe the universe will open a path. It is required that we believe the universe will open a path. Jesus' mission, his goal, was to save us. Matthew 16:21. From that time on, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem, suffer greatly, be killed, and on the third day be raised. He kept his mission in front of himself and his disciples. Well, reading our goal daily is going to keep our mission in front of us. Writing goals is transformative, and that's the purpose of this course, to transform our lives. The vast majority of people never formulate a vision for their life. We know that's vital to our success. We know that's required to get the universe in our corner. Today's exercise is to discern, decide, formulate, and write a goal of our vision, our mission, our beautiful life. And we're going to read that goal every single day. Exercises from previous lessons will help us formulate our goal. Remember the 5 rules. It's achieved, present tense. It includes the golden fruit. We have belief in it. It's challenging, and we're committed to it. May God bless you, and may God bless your journey. See you next time.